So here's the paradox of my existence.
Ironically, I talked about this just the other day on a post that I put up. And I was speaking specifically to people who come back at me and say, oh, I thought you were supposed to be so open-minded and caring about other people. And I explained it in terms of, yes, I care about human beings. I want them to be safe. I want them to be happy. I want them to live their lives the way they want, as long as they don't harm anybody else. You know, comfortable home, food, plenty of clean water, etc., etc. But on an individual level, I can not like the person and still want them to be happy and healthy. I just do not want them in my life. And I thought about this morning on a different way to explain this for the mouth breathers out there who seem to have a problem separating the two. Yes, I can be a humanitarian and care about other human beings and their welfare and their ability to live their lives as they want, what makes them happy, as long as they are not hurting anybody else to do so. But individually, just not like the person. Okay, so we're going to go down this different route because I thought about this in the shower this morning. A lot of animal lovers. Okay, so we'll start with dogs. There are a lot of you out there who have said that to people like me. I thought you were supposed to be so open-minded. You really are going to cut people out of your life because of who they voted for or this, that, and the other thing? Yes. So, listen up. So, you can be a dog lover. You absolutely love dogs. You want all the dogs to to have forever homes and be able to play and have humans that love them and give them pets and snuggles and treats and all sorts of good stuff. But when you go to the pound to adopt a dog, adopt a new pet, you are going to be very selective about which dog to take. That does not mean that you automatically hate all the other dogs at the pound that you are not taking home. You can still want all those pups to find their forever home. It's just not going to be with you because of the temperament of the dog, the size of the dog. Maybe you live in an apartment and you need a smaller dog. Or you live in a bigger house with lots of land like we do here. You're going to get a bigger dog. Okay, so you can separate that into individual, dogs. You might not take this dog because they are just terrified and cowering in a corner, and you love this dog. You want this dog to be happy, but you yourself may not have the time in your life and the patience to get that dog to trust you and to take care of this dog. And that is okay. You can trust that other dog lovers, somebody's going to come in and see that pup and have plenty of time and plenty of patience. You can still want what's best for that dog as a whole, as a dog. But as a pet, you're going to be, I don't have time for a dog like this. I'm going to choose this dog over here. Does it mean that you want that dog that you are not taking home to be miserable and in pain and mistreated? Of course not. Why is it so difficult for you to understand this concept at a human level? Yes, I want all 8+ billion human beings alive on this planet today to be happy, healthy, living the life they want, as long as they're not hurting other people, and having, a comfortable home. I don't want people to be homeless. I don't want people to go hungry. I don't want people to not be able to live the life the way they want. But if you're going to come into my life individually as a person, I absolutely have the right to say, no, your values, the way you choose to live your life, does not align with mine. So please stay over there and go find other friends. That's totally okay. Why can most of you out there who say things like that to those of us who are more open-minded and accepting of all human beings as a whole. And it's such a travesty to you that, you know, I just don't like you on an individual level, or we have nothing in common to say, no, please stay over there, go find other friends, go be with other humans. But you have no problem thinking of that concept in terms of dogs. Dogs might be your favorite animal, but when you're at the pound and you're going to adopt a dog, and you're going to choose this dog over here, but not this dog over here for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be the example I gave. But do you suddenly want that dog to be miserable and beaten and abused and left out in the streets, you know, hungry and cold? And no, of course you don't. But this dog suits you and your life and your personality better than this dog. But it doesn't mean you hate this dog. You still want this dog to find his or her forever home and be happy and warm with lots of pets and playtime and snuggles. Why can you not elevate that to the human level? And why is that such a difficult concept for you? Two things can be true. Two things can be true. And as I said in my other video, Pervert Hoover, as a human being, I will fight until my dying breath for him to have the freedom and to have a home and to have, you know, plenty of nutritious food and clean water. I would fight for his right as a human being, but on an individual level as a person, there is no fucking way in hell that I would ever, ever, ever let a man like Pervert Hoover into my life as a friend, because he is disgusting and stupid and gross. And why can you people not separate that? So it is my hope that this reaches people out there who say shit like that to the rest of us. I thought you were supposed to be so open-minded and accepting. Listen to Hawk. Listen to what I just said about this topic and think about that. You don't do that to anybody else but human beings. I mean, you don't ask the dog that you're not going to take home, why are you so terrified and cowering in a corner? Why are you so aggressive? And you don't hate on your friends going to adopt a dog. Well, why didn't you get this dog instead of that dog? I thought you wanted all dogs to be happy and healthy and safe. I do. But for my life and my personality, this dog is better suited to me. You don't have those conversations with one another in that way, or even with us. But when it comes to humans, you do, because you can't seem to grasp that two things can be true. I hope this helps. I really hope this helps somebody, because I am so sick and tired of seeing people all over the place and hearing people all over the place say stupid shit like that and not understand that two things can be true, and not understand the difference between being a humanitarian and wanting every human to be happy, healthy, and safe and live the life the way they want, as long as they don't hurt each other. But on an individual level, yeah, you're not going to be my friend, but I'm still going to want them to be happy, healthy, and safe and live the life the way they want. Two things can be true.